Awesome. Hello and welcome, conscious entrepreneurs. We are back with another episode of the Conscious Entrepreneur Podcast. Today, I have my homie, Steven Celi, and he's going to tell us all about mastering your energy, overcoming self-doubt. This guy, he
Woo.
literally himself how to dunk and did some really incredible things. And he's not 7 foot tall, which is surprising. So I can't wait to get into your story. So, Steven, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're up to. How you doing, brother?
Wow. Well, thank you so much. Super pumped to be here, dude. Super pumped to get to know you, share my story. Hopefully, it inspires people to chase their dreams. So, like you said, I trained myself to dunk. I'll start there because that was the first time I took a leap of joy into something that was just a dream. No purpose for it, just for the pure fun of it. And it went from 0% possibility as a kid growing up as the shortest of all my friends. I'm like, this is not even possible. And then one day that switched from 0% to be like, what if just 1% possible if this is possible? So I went for it. And that was the first time people doubted me. That was the first time I didn't feel support. Like, oh, wow, I believe this, but other people don't. And the quick story was I saw this guy online. His name's Andy Nicholson. He was 39 at the time. I was 18, and he was my height. He was white, and he dunked by training himself. So I was like, oh, that was the first time I saw this is possible. Now I believe it within. As I went on this journey, got my first dunk, it showed me that, oh, wow, this dream is not only possible, there's way more than I thought. And over that journey, it taught me about my limiting beliefs. It taught me about my mind body connection. It taught me about how to express myself and show my authentic power. And by the end of the journey, I trained for 10 years. I was achieved many different dunks that I was super proud of, increased my vertical like crazy. And by the end of it, what kind of led me to stopping was like, okay, now I believe anything's possible if I believe it, then I can see it in my reality. So it switched from if I can see it now, I believe it. I see someone else who I believe it to, oh, whatever I believe I can do, I can do. So that shifted me. It actually led to me quitting a corporate job that was not fulfilling to me because I was also thinking, I noticed I was limiting myself there, saying, this is just something I don't love to do. What else is possible? Quit my job, did some freelance photography and videography because I was a vlogger. I was like, I can do this for other people. And then actually did that for 5 years. And just this past year is when that I evolved past the camera. So filming myself, I realized how much I love expressing using my voice, performing on camera, performing on the basketball court, even performing music now. And with the camera, helping others as a creative director, I help them express their authentic story, their voice, feel courage to get up on camera, especially with people that are aligned with a purposeful mission, whether it's a brand or a product. And I learned through that I don't care about using the camera. I just want to do that first piece of like, what is your story? What's your authentic message? Where's your voice? How are you going to share your gifts with the world? So now that's what I do
Right.
with my energy coaching.
Awesome. My audio dropped there for a second, but I caught like most of that. Um,
Okay.
so just to recap, so what I heard in your share, it's a really powerful story. Like, how tall are you, by the way?
I'm 5'10".
5'10", I
Yeah.
need to know. So 5'10", it's 111 over here right now, in
Oh,
Arizona.
wow. Let's
So
go.
perfect timing, alignment. So incredible. So you overcome self-doubt, made the impossible possible, and physical taught you that you can do the things that you thought were impossible, and then launching your own business, and then in other areas, now you're empowering and supporting others to take those leaps of joy. I love how you
Yes.
said that. That's actually amazing. That's super amazing. So tell me a
Appreciate
little
it.
about overcoming self-doubt, and how does that work with the clients that you work with in your coaching program? How
Mm.
does that, how do you translate?
Yes. So as soon as I launched my own business, I quit my corporate job. I had no entrepreneurial experience. And that was when I really started my next level of a spiritual awakening where I was doing something I loved. So I didn't know how to charge for it because I started to notice I didn't want to charge for it because I'm like, if I loved it, I could do it. But I started to spread myself so thin with projects that were not paying me. So I would doubt my skills as well because I taught myself everything with the camera. So I thought to myself, I don't have any formal education with this. Why am I worthy of this? So a lot of it comes to that worth, the self-worth, the low self-esteem, being the shortest out of all my friends. I had that low self-esteem issue as well. So overcoming self-doubt is I believe we all have a truth. We all have a unique gift, and it's just up to us to answer it. I like to say we all have a calling, just some of us answer it. And when you have that self-trust, you're able to act on that calling. And whenever there's a gap, what are you doubting? Are you doubting that you're capable of doing it? Are you doubting that you're worthy of doing it? For me, my life got so fun. I started to be like, who am I to have this much fun? Because I get to,
Mm.
like I said, leaps of joy every time I do that. My life expands, and there was so often it's like, why do I get to be the one that has fun when other people seem to have to work hard to do things? And my new belief is that everybody can have fun. It's just some people have a different perception of like how they, that's a story. That's another doubt is like, if I work harder, that's how I make money. That's a story. You can change that story. So the self-doubt has been something that's a constant battle, but since I've had so much success overcoming it, it's become almost like a guidance for me. For example, when I rap now, I'll be like, who am I to think I could be a rapper? But it comes back to that fun. It's like I'm doing it because it lights me up so much. And if you follow that feeling that makes you come alive, it can help overcome that doubt.
I love that so much. And I love the fact that you're a rapper. I heard about this. It's like I've got to do a rap session with you.
Yes.
So
Be wild.
do you have some bars or some verses or something that you can share with us?
Um, I'm trying to think of ones that go right to this song. I mean, a song that goes right to what I'm saying about overcoming. Oh, there's one that says, had a bad day, but I bounced right back. This is no fluke because I'm on my path. When I hit that speed, I got to stay on track. There are no shortcuts. You already know that. So there's no short. And then it
Already
says,
know that. Come on.
already know. This is all work. Hold on. Yes, I'm blessed, but I still have to press. God does what you can't, but you got to do the rest. Preaching this
Hmm.
like I'm at a sermon. Stop with the working, start with the search. Stop with the searching, start with the working. I've been dropping knowledge. My YouTube's a college. With all of my videos, you could have already been flying. You're too busy lying to yourself. That's deep. I'm getting to the good part. Sorry, but I'm trying to help repeat. Waking you up to potential, you're limitless. I am the proof you can choose what you want in the universe given it. How about you give it a shot? Fear is the op. Yes, it's unknown, but it's the only place to grow. Now you know, let's see where you go. Will you step out or stay in your comfort zone? I won't.
Come on, let's
Let's go.
go. Let's go. Steven Celi coming ready with the reps like a machete, blazing the path, laying it down, putting them on their ass, having the haters just
Hey.
pass him in the fast lane, never gonna grasp at straws, knows reaching for the rim. He's so full.
Ooh.
This him is a sin. Come on. He's black,
Hey.
the S on the chest and the lightning on the back. Come on. He always comes correct. He never crack. He got the energy and the flow. Welcome to the dojo. Meet my homie, Steven Celi. Let's go.
Dude, and yours is off the cuff. Mine's written, so that's impressive.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I'm inspired by people writing songs like you do. I wish I was an
Amazing, dude.
incredible writer. So maybe we got to work on
Gifts,
that.
baby, gifts. Everybody's got them.
And then you have a program called Fear. We just talked about that a little bit. Tell me about
Yes. So working with people one-on-one, as I'm sure you know, is like you're only one person. So I created this program called Fear, which is a process I help my clients go through. But hopefully, if people aren't ready to express to a person, they can just use their own journal. They can use the worksheets that I have and just write it out. And my hope is that it's so powerful because writing has been so powerful for me that you can overcome these fears. So just like we're saying self-doubt, that is just a fear. And the acronym stands for feel, express, accept, and respond. So if you've heard this before, that it's your responsibility. Responsibility is just your ability to respond. And as humans, I don't believe we'll ever get rid of the fear. We just can minimize it and recognize it and respond differently to the environment. So by this process, even if you just listen to this and do it, feel the fear. The first part of the practice is just 5 to 10 minutes of a meditation to let the fear surface. So now you're feeling it. Wow, that's scary as can be. You feel it all. Then you express it. What is the worst fear you can have? E is express. My fear is I'll be alone forever. My fear is I'll never reach my potential, or fear that I'll fail and be judged. Okay, that's your fear. You got it out. Now accept that. Accept it as reality, which is the hardest part because people think, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to fail, or I don't want to be alone. But it doesn't mean that's your preference. It just means you're okay with that. So you're not afraid of it anymore. And then now if you're saying, okay, I'm not afraid of being alone, then the next time you interact, you respond. So in the response section, you write, how will I respond next time I feel this fear? How will I respond differently than I have in the past? And then if, like, for example, a girl comes up to you, rejects you, how are you going to respond? Or if you're about to reach out to somebody, are you acting out of that fear of being alone? Or you're saying, okay, I noticed the fear. Boom. That would be the biggest key. You feel that fear of, I'm afraid I'm going to fail, but you don't respond that way. You respond to your truth. So that's a simple process. And I hope it helps people overcome that fear and see that magic of that's all they have to do.
I love that. It's so effective. I can just tell from my own experience that you've trained in a lot of different modalities,
Yeah.
technologies. You like truly have tried it all and like distilled it into an easily repeatable process that really anybody can use to break through their fears.
Mm,
Do you have like a couple of like favorite sort of success stories or fears that people have overcome? Just before we
yes. Sure. Let me think of one. Mm-mm. Well, I had this fun manifestation story that I was working with a client, and he, all of our work was about attracting a partner. Well, at first, he came to me because he couldn't make progress in the gym. He felt like he was stagnating there. And going deeper, he realized he had a bad breakup and he didn't feel worthy of making progress in the gym. So healing that also is how I like to work too, is like it's not about the training or the surface level, it's about the deeper thing. Then we had this manifestation challenge, which he joined with like 5 people. And I'm like, okay, let's have fun with manifestation. One of the keys is you have to be completely detached from it happening. First person goes, not him, and says, like, I'm like, what do you want to happen this week? And he goes, I want a nice interaction with a dog. And detachment is like, it's okay if it happens. It doesn't affect your life if it doesn't or does happen, right? It would just be nice. So that's a really good example. Very simple thing that you might forget about. Then the client that I had said, I want to meet a girl this week, or I want a girl to reach out to me. I'm like, that's a little bit too strong in your field right now. Let's work on something else because that's something like I know you want. So it's a little bit hard to detach in one week. He's like, okay, fine. I would like to be like at the pool or the beach with my friends or with connecting with people. So a week goes by. The one guy with the dog actually got invited to a farm to just do farming things. And there was a whole dog breeding event going on. And it was all the dogs of his favorite kind. And he sent me a picture of him holding 3 of those dogs. I'm like, this is insane. And he was looking to adopt a dog. So that was beautiful. And he spent the whole day with the dogs. So his
I
worked.
see. That makes
Yeah. And then
that's
and then my client, he went to the beach with his friends. He got invited to a party, so that happened. And then when he was like out to dinner, a girl asked him for his number. So it
nice.
came true as well, but I think it was because I helped him say like, I don't need that to happen, and he wasn't thinking about it at all. But it was
Mm,
part of his in his field that
I
happened. So that's
love.
more of a manifestation magic, more than a transformation. But there's been tons.
Oh, that's so cool. I've noticed
Yeah.
that too, where like when you detach, it actually accelerates the
Yes.
manifestation.
Oh my
So,
goodness, for sure.
so
I have one more for you because this one was really
okay.
powerful that I'm really proud of. Is that a man I was working with was thinking about proposing to his partner, was a little hesitant or had something going on, and we had our first session together. We had all these fears come up about different things, and then later that week, like the next day, that conversation, his partner actually brought up the conversation, and he had to speak his truth because he had this new awareness. And anyway, fast forward, they got engaged. But the point was like they hadn't had this conversation for years. We had one session together. And we talked about the deep fears that were behind this thing and what his thoughts were and letting go of what could go wrong. And then like that evening, his partner reached out to him about the same exact thing. So that's what I've seen time and time again is like the second you commit to overcoming these fears, like your whole reality can shift in an instant.
Boom.
Yeah.
Let's
And
go.
he didn't have to bring it up. His partner brought it up. So it was very cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So good. Awesome. So thank you so much for sharing your energy, your gifts with us. How do people, oh, I know you have a gift for our audience. So tell them about the gift.
Yes, for sure. So I'm offering a free breakthrough session. It's an alignment call, a breakthrough session, a place for you to show up fully. What I like to say is a place for you to share your wildest dreams ever that you've never shared with anybody, or your deepest fears that you've are afraid to access. And I'm here to help you access them. And that movement alone could have that quantum shift for you. And I'm excited to connect with you guys.
Let's go. Thank you so much for the
Ah!
generous gift, your incredible flow session. I look forward to doing this again. We'll definitely
You're the
have to
best,
have you come
dude.
back.
Super
Beautiful,
cool. Thanks,
brother.
Miro.
And
The
yeah, thank you
hero.
guys for watching. Let's drop a comment and give Steven Celi some love. And remember to like, subscribe, and all good stuff. We'll see you on the next one.
Later, guys.